Before discussing the multi-threading continuation, just 5 to 10 minutes, let me talk one very important concept. Very important concept for the interview room. Even majority of the people asked several times this doubt. Okay, let me talk a bit. Okay, here just observe that. Have you remembered somewhere we thought about shallow copy and a deep copy? Have you remember anyone heard about this terminology? Yes, it is one of the very important concept for the interview room. Anyway, I told, sir, I covered, but anyway, in detail, I will explain sometime later. Prithvi, have you remembered? Okay, shallow copy and a deep copy. What is the difference? What is the difference between shallow copy and a deep copy, sir? Sir, this one a bit important for you people. Sir, can I just a few minutes we will discuss about this, and then we will go for next level. Remember that, okay? Next level we will go for that, and then we will talk about that. Sir, here very important concept. Very important concept. What is the meaning of shallow copy, and what is the meaning of deep copyright? Here just observe. I want to take a small chota example so that you people can get very clarity about this one, sir. I hope you may remember this. Here just observe somewhere we used one important concept. Listen a bit very carefully, sir. Sir, I have L1 is equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 somewhere in the list these kind of things only we discussed, sir. L2 is equal to L1. Do you know, just we created a duplicate reference variable but not a duplicate object. Correct, right? This is nothing but what Elias saying. Have you remembered? Anyone, can you please observe? Anyone, can you please tell? Yes, have you remembered, right? So if I print L1, if I print L2, sir, same content by default we are going to get, because both are pointing to the same object. Both are pointing to the same object, same address. Okay, now let me talk a bit very carefully, sir. Sir, py test.py, test.py, like this I'm taking, sir. Is the same, sir. So same output by default we are going to get. Now my important question here is, take a bit very special care about this terminology, sir. What is the important question in this case is, after L2 is equal to L1, if you perform any change, by using L2, that change will be reflected to L1 or not? Can you please guide? If I perform any change by using L2, that the change by default will be reflected to L1. Best example for you, L2 of sir 1 is equal to L2 of 2 is equal to I'm taking, sir. Here the problem here is L2 of 2 is nothing but it is pointing to 30. Now I'm changing to, sir, some 70. I'm changing to 70. Now after this, by using L2, I'm performing the change. Now I'm trying to print L1 content. I'm trying to print L1 content. I'm trying to print, sir. Okay, L1 content, and I'm trying to print L2 content, sir. I'm trying to print L2 content. What is the output by default we are going to get, sir? Have you observed that carefully, sir? Yeah, have a look once about this one. Regarding same, because the reason here is both the objects pointing to the same object. We are just creating duplicate reference variable but not a duplicate object. Correct? Are you able to understand, right? So we are just creating duplicate reference variable but not a duplicate object. Remember, so by mistake, so if you are performing the change by using any reference, automatically that change by default will be reflected to remaining object also. Correct? Yes, ma'am. Can you please respond? What is the here we are creating what? Duplicate reference variable, but not a duplicate object. Okay, I told one I hope I remember. Yes, we covered. Okay, so by using L2, if we perform any change, that change automatically will be reflected to L2. That change by default will be reflected to L2. So like it is always so. So I don't want like that. I want complete different copy. Then we can go for L1 dot copy function. Regarding L1 dot copy function, like this we have to go for that. I hope you may remember, sir. L1 dot copy function, right? So now what is the output by default? We are going to get either copy function or otherwise slice function, no problem at all. Sir, copy, just observe what is the output by default we are going to get. Yes, have you observed the changes reflected only for L2 but not the L1. So because of copy function, a new object by default got created. In the old object, there is no nothing will be there. Old object is as it is. So this is what the cloning. This one is nothing but what? Cloning concept, right? Have you remembered? This itself is nothing but what? Cloning concept. Best example for you. I mean, here just observe. This is my list. Already, this is the list object what we have, sir. Sir, some 10, 20, 30, 40 is already there. This is the list object what we have, sir. Now, observe, this is the list object we have. Sir, do you want to duplicate reference variable or do you want to duplicate object? If you want to duplicate reference variable, L2 is equal to L1, you can take. If you can take L2 is equal to L1, then L2 is also pointing to the same object. The problem in this approach is, by using L2, if you perform any changes, automatically those changes will be reflected to L1. Or by using L1, if you perform any changes, automatically those changes will be reflected to L2 also. Remember, so by using L1, if you perform any changes, or by using L2, if you perform any changes, automatically those changes by default will be reflected to some other reference. That's why to prevent that, we should go for cloning concept. Again, what is this one, sir? Sir, L2 is equal to L1 dot copy. L2 is equal to L1 dot copy. Like if I use this one, so instead of creating duplicate reference variable, sir, duplicate object by default will be created. Complete independent copy. Have you remembered? Complete independent copy by default will be created, right? Any doubt? Any doubt? Any doubt about this one? But anyway, forget about that. It is not cloning. Sir, I'm not using any deep or shallow. Just I'm creating a complete independent duplicate object. This is what yes, that day we use the word shallow cloning, deep cloning, something like that. So that is not exact terminology, right? So just we are performing cloning. That's all right. Now there are two types of words we have. Remember that there are two types of words we have, sir. What the word is? Shallow copy, shallow copy, and then deep copy is there. Are you getting? Shallow copy and then deep copy is there. What is the difference between deep copy and a shallow copy? If I use a simply copy function, am I getting deep copy or shallow copy? This one I have to discuss. Observe that a bit very carefully, sir. Most valuable, important question. What is the difference between shallow copy, deep copy? Shallow copy, deep copy, right? Similarly, yes, if I'm performing like this L1 dot copy, simple L1 dot copy, which copy is going to be happen? Which copy got created? Is it shallow or deep? That part I will take care. Just listen very carefully about that. Can I go for that? Can I go for that? Sir, now existing knowledge already I reviewed, sir. Can I go for that? Okay. Now, just the difference. Have a look once, sir. Have a look one. Just by taking 10, 20, 30, 40, you can't see the difference between shallow copy and deep copy, sir. What I want to take here is, here just observe, here what is the thing is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 I'm taking. Sir, observe that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 I'm taking. Sir, are you able to understand? Is it a valid list or not? Hey, respond. Is it a valid list or not? Yes, it is a valid list only. If I print this one, then automatically yes. Okay, a list internally contain one more list object, which is nothing but nested list concept. Of course, it is then it is very easy to prove that. how it is very easy to explain that concept. That's why let me take like this, sir. Very important, very important technology, sir. Make sure. Now here observe, this is how you can able to represent. Yes, assume that, sir, this is my list. Okay, assume this is the list object. Sir, in the, what is the first element? What is the first element? 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, 30, 40, and then 50. Assume that. So you know here 10 is there. Next one after that is there. But 30 again it is the list. 30 again it is the list. List how many elements are there, sir? 30, 40 is there. Next one after that 50 by default I am taking. Now I hope this is my original list object. Correct, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This is about like, sir, this is my L1. Remember this one. This is the L1, right? Now I want to find some copy function. There is one module is there. Import copy. Oh, there is one predefined module is there, sir. What is that module name? Copy. Copy is the module name. Now I'm taking copy itself is the module name, sir. Now I'm taking L2 is equal to copy dot copy of L1. Copy dot copy of L1. Can you please tell, is it shallow or is it deep? If you print L1, if you print L1, and if you print L2, sir, content is always same. Content is always same. There is no doubt at all, right? If I print that, then automatically content is always the same. If you observe that, content is always same. Is it shallow or is it deep, sir? Can you please explain? Is it shallow or deep, sir? Anyone? Are you able to understand? Yeah. Just guess something, Nandakishore. Don't worry. Just guess something. Guess something. So because I never covered, that's why I'm not going to feel even if your answer is the wrong also. Don't worry much about that, but very important for the interview room. Yes, luckily we covered already in the Java sessions this concept. Yes, okay. Well, is it shallow or is it deep? Because most of the people are going to feel, sir, shallow, because shallow and deep we are using shallow word first, and after the deep copy we are using. That's why itself is the shallow copy. Itself is the shallow copy, right? So now what will happen? I created, right? Legend this one. Sir, after creating L2, after creating L2, now if I perform some change, sir, to this, I want to perform some change to this element, to 30. I want to make this 30 as 888. I want to make the change as 888. L1, I want to change 888. Can you please tell what will happen, sir? Sir, how you can able to perform the change? L1 of, here we have to L1 of 0, 1, 2, index number 2. L1 of 2, it is again the list in that 0 index, have you observed? L1 of 2, it is again list in that 0 index. Can you please replace with the 888? I did like this. Sir, I did like this. Now observe. I created L2, complete a different copy. Now I'm performing. Okay. L1 of 2, 0 is equal to 888, something like this. I'm taking, sir. Can you please tell what is the output by default you are going to get? If you can guess the output, if you can able to understand this output, then nothing is there in the shallow copy and the deep copy, sir. If you can guess the output, if you can able to understand this output, then nothing is there in the deep copy or shallow copy. Good. Anil Kumar, just I'm changing the content of only L1. Now I'm trying to print L1 content and L2 content. I'm definitely sure, sir, L1 content is always, I'm sure L1 content is always 10, 20. Next time after that 888, comma 40, 888, 40, 50 by default we are going to get. 100% pakka, this content is always same. Can you please tell what is the L2 content? Don't tell different or don't tell same. I want exact answer. It will be reflected in L2 or it won't be reflected in L2. Okay? It will be reflected in L2 or it won't be reflected in L2. Can you please tell what you are expecting? Sir, I told already. If you are expecting, sir, the answer, or if you are able to understand the answer, then nothing is there. Nothing is there in the deep copy and shallow copy. Can you please tell how many people are guessing same output by default you are going to get? Same output by default we are going to get. How many people are guessing? Sir, we are going to get the same output. Anyone? Anyone? Seema? Sir, I'm talking about same output. How many people are guessing? Or different output? How many people are guessing? Yes, different output. Most of the people. Avinash, different. Arpita, different. Nandakishore, different. Omkar, different. Raja, different output. Okay, like that's what you people should be aware. Okay, let me run the code. Sir, code wise, what I'm doing, any explanation is required? Are you in a position to understand what I'm doing? Forget about output. What I'm doing, are you in a position to understand, right? Sir, I created a duplicate copy, sir, and then I'm performing the change to L1. Okay, and then I'm trying to print the content of L1 and L2. Now observe what thing is happening, sir. What thing is happening? Observe a bit very carefully, sir. What thing is happening? Now observe that. Very simple. The output we are going to get 10, 20, 888, 40, 50. Array. I hope everyone can able to understand. Of course, something happened. So what happened in this case? Remember what happened in this case. Observe that a bit very carefully, sir. That's what. Now I have one more small. Observe that. Observe this is scenario, right? One scenario I'm showing. Of course, what happening I will explain. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. I'm taking here 30. I'm taking 30. Remember that. I'm taking 30. I don't want to perform like this. Okay? 30. I don't want to perform like this. L1 of 2 is equal to 888. L1 of 2 is equal to 888. Can you please understand what is the output by default we are going to get? In this case, what is the output we are going to get? Don't get confused. At last, within few minutes, you can able to get the clarity. Just analyze what thing is happening. I too don't know. Sir, what is the output? Can you please guess? In the first case, what is the output? I'm sure definitely 10, 20, 888, 50 I'm going to get. Can you please tell, am I going to get the same output in the second case or not? Right? Am I going to get the same output in the second case or not? Same copy only I use. I'm not using any other. Am I going to get the same output in the second case or not? Different output am I going to get or same output we are going to get? Okay, listen, I'm not telling anything, just observe. But the answer by default we are going to get different output. Are getting not same output. Different output we are going to get. Sir. Not same output. But earlier outputs, if you observe, same output you got. Have you observed, right? 888, 40. But here 888, but here 30 we are going to get. This bleeding function is always same. What thing is happening, sir? Okay. We are not getting 888, we are getting 30 as the answer only, 3050. What thing is happening? Regarding something, the people who can able to guess, the people who can able to answer, nothing is there, sir. Legend this one. Observe that. I'm ready to go for what is a shallow copy, what is the deep copy. Correct. What is the shallow copy, what is the deep copy? In our Java sessions, somewhere I explained very neatly these concepts. If any person followed my Java videos, definitely they can able to understand, I'm sure, sir. Okay, Amir, we are going to discuss, don't worry about that. We are going to discuss what is the difference between shallow copy and deep copy, right? Sir, even material is also not there for this. Listen a bit very carefully, sir. At least the rough points better to rough or otherwise running notes better to maintain. Material is not there. I may add. Don't worry about that. Sir, I'm talking about shallow copy. So now what will happen is the process of creating duplicate object. The process of creating exactly duplicate object is called the Sir, copy is called cloning. Is called cloning or otherwise creating the copy. If the original object, if the original object contains any, here observe that if the original object contains any sub nested reference to any mutable objects, reference to any mutable object, observe that contains any references to mutable objects. List is the mutable or not? Because list is the mutable. If the original object contains any references to mutable objects, just duplicate reference variables will be created. Just duplicate reference variables will be created. Reference variables will be created. Pointing to old contained sub objects. Pointing to old contained objects. Remember this. Just observe a bit very carefully. Not that much easy words. If the original object contain any references to mutable objects, just point contain sir any references to mutable object. Yes, man. It is a reference to list object. List itself is nothing but mutable object. Oh, original object contain. So references to mutable object. Just duplicate reference variables will be created pointing to old contained object. What is the meaning of that? But not duplicate objects, creation. Remember that, sir. So what it means? Sir, here, yes, an object got created. What is the content, sir? First one, what is the content? 10. Second one, 20. Next one after that, sir, here, like this, observe that. Sir, first one, 10. Next one after that, second one, 20. Yes, it is not references to mutable object. Sir, have you observed? 10 and 20, not references to mutable object. 50. Okay, well, but here, second index, reference to mutable object. What will happen here? It is also pointing to the same old contained object. But for the contained, this is nothing but contained object, nested object. Right? For the nested object, sir, duplicate object by default won't be created. Remember, clear? Are you able to understand, right? This type of thing is by default considered shallow cloning. This is nothing but what? Shallow cloning. Yes, I will repeat again. Don't worry about that. Shallow copy. Okay, very simple, sir. Very simple. Let me again. Can you please try to understand my words at least? If you are going to get like this, right? Sir, suppose here just observe. Concentrate only on original object. Concentrate only on original object. Forget about this total object. I don't want like this. Forget about this. Sir, I'm taking L1 is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm taking L1 is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Can you please draw the diagram representation of this one? Can you please draw the diagram representation of this one? This is the diagrammatic representation of this part. Any doubt up to this? Can you please tell? Any doubt up to this one? L1 is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Any doubt up to this, right? Of course, here content is nothing but 30 only. Assume that content is nothing but 30 only. Okay, well. Now, L1 is the original object. This L1 contains reference to mutable object. List itself is the mutable or not? Yes, L1 contains reference to mutable object. Now, if you are calling copy function on this L1, to create duplicate object, what will happen is, observe that a duplicate object got created, sir. Base object, a duplicate object got created, sir. In that, how many elements by default will be there? Same number of elements by default will be there. Don't worry about that. Same number of elements by default will be there, sir. So, first object 10. Is it mutable or immutable? Object reference to mutable. If the original object contains any references to mutable object, just a duplicate reference variable old contained object. Duplicate reference variable created pointing to old contained object. Remember this one, sir. Pointing to old contained object. Duplicate reference variable will be created pointing to old contained object. Old contained object itself is. Make sure, sir. So it is pointing to old contained object. Old contained object. Okay, like that. Now the problem in this approach, if it is going to do like this, such type of copy is nothing but, such type of cloning is nothing but shallow cloning, and this copy is called shallow copy. Remember this one, sir. Shallow cloning, and this copy itself is nothing but shallow copy. Observe that. This copy itself is nothing but, yes, this copy itself is nothing but shallow cloning. Now the problem with the shallow cloning is, have you observed, right? The problem with the shallow cloning is, the biggest problem, by using any reference, if we perform changes to the contained object, if you perform changes to the contained object, automatically those changes by default will be reflected to remaining object. Regarding by using L1, if I perform any change here, that change will be reflected to L2. By using L2, if I perform any change here, that change will be reflected to the L1. So it is not the complete duplication, only partial duplication. Such type of cloning is by default considered as what? Shallow cloning. That copy is nothing but shallow copy. Thoda. Are you able to understand? Yes, Arpita? Are you able to understand? Yes, here this is not complete cloning. I'm not telling it's a complete card clone. Just okay, just only, do you know? Just only this one. How you can able to? Yes, good, Amit. How you can able to identify? Sir, this reference, both are pointing to the same object. Wonderful, man. Wonderful. Now observe what I'm taking is, what I'm trying to take here is, observe a bit very carefully, sir. Sir, I'm taking, forget about this one. I'm trying to take print of L1 ID of L1 of 2, sir. ID of L1 of 2. What is the meaning of the address of L1 of 2? Address of L1 of 2 means, I hope this object only. Correct, right? ID of L1 of 2 means this one only. Correct? Similarly, ID of L2 of 2. ID of L2 of 2. Now observe carefully. What is the output by default you are going to get, sir? Can you please guess, sir? What is the answer we are going to get now? Yes, ma'am. Both are pointing to the same address or not? Yes, means duplicate objects are not created. But address of L1 and address of L2, if you can ask. Address of L1, ID of L1 you can ask. L1 you can ask. ID of L2 you can ask. What is the output by default we are going to get? Yes, both are different, man. Both are different. Are you seeing right? So, sir, duplicate object got created, but only for the main, for the nested objects, duplicate objects not created, pointing to the same. So there is a bigger problem is there with this, because it is not 100% duplicate. You can't use this concept for a backup, complete backup purposes. Okay, to overcome this problem, we should go for deep copy. Any doubt about this terminology? Any doubt about this terminology? We should go for what? Deep copy. Sir, now I have one small doubt. What is the address of this 10 and this 10? Both are same or both are different? Address of this 10 and this 10. Both are same or both are different? Right. Address of this 10 and the address of this one. Same or different? Same. Yes. Can you please observe? What is the output I'm getting? Because it may be it may be mutable object because 10 itself is 1 minute. There is some audio problem. 1 minute. 1 minute. One minute, sir. There is some, it seems, audio. Yeah. Is it audible? Can you please? Is it audible? Yeah. Arpita. Audible? Okay. Well. Now, maybe it is the primitive. That's why 10 reusing the same object is there. That may be the reason. But don't worry about that. If you perform any change here, that change won't be reflected to the second copy. Remember that. If you perform any change here, that change won't be reflected to the second copy. Where is the proof for that? Where is the proof for that? Now observe that. Now observe, sir. Here sharing object is always only this nested object only, not remaining object. Please don't get confused. Sharing object is only this nested copy, but not remaining. Remaining are not shared. If you perform any change, that change won't be reflected to the remaining object. Okay. Now observe that what I'm trying to take here is L1 of 0 is equal to L1 of 0 is equal to 111. I'm taking 111. Sorry. Here I'm taking what I'm doing 10, 20, 30, 50 only, right? Okay. Let me take original object 30, 40, 50. I'm taking 7. Right. So here this is about my original object L1 of 0 is equal to 111. I'm taking, sir. L1 of 2 is equal L1 of 1. Here just observe, print of L1, print of L2. Can you please observe? If you perform any change to this element, that change is reflected only for L1 but not for L2. Are you getting? But not for L2. I hope you people can able to see. Next, if you perform any change to the L1 of 1 is nothing but 20 replaced with 222. That change reflected only for L1 but not for L2. Remember that. If you perform any change to L1 of 2 of 0 is equal to 888. L1 of 2 of 1 is equal to 999. Here observe, L1 of 2 of 0 means L1 of 2 of 0 30 replaced with the 888. L1 of 2 and 1 replaced with the 40 replaced with the 999. Okay. Now can you please tell these changes will be reflected to next object or not? I mean for L2 or not? Respond. These changes will be reflected to L2 or not? Yes. If you want, cross check, man. Cross check. Here, see this one. 111 not changed. 222 no. But here this change by default got reflected because of this nested object. Duplicate copy won't be created. Same object can be reused. Everyone can able to understand, right? Are you in a position to understand? Now I have quick last question, sir. If I perform, just observe L1 of here see last one 0, 1, 2, 3. L1 of 3 is equal to 777. I'm taking. Can you please tell L1 of 3 is equal to 777? I'm taking. What about this one? Is it reflected to the L2 or not? Is it going to reflect to the L2 or not? No. Yeah, clear. Yes, it is applicable only for L1. It is not applicable to the L2. This type of thing is by default considered shallow cloning or shallow copy. Clear, right? So a duplicate object by default will be created, right? If the original object contain any reference variable, for that corresponding contained object, duplicate object won't be created. Just a duplicate reference variable will be created, pointing to the same object. This type of thing is nothing but shallow cloning or shallow copy. Any doubt? Any doubt? Okay, Raja. Yes, if you perform any change to L2, those changes will be reflected to L1 if you perform the change in this place. Are you getting? If you perform the change in these places, those changes won't be reflected to L1. Sir, here you can perform any change. Those changes won't be reflected here. But if you perform any change to this part, then those changes by default will be reflected. Clear, right? Yes? Any doubt? Clear, right? Because it's very important for the interview room, I'm sure, sir. Because several people ask, that's why I'm adding this concept. Okay? Like next, one more thing. Please observe. Please observe. There is one more. Sir, I don't want this copy because is it complete cloning? Can you please tell? Is it complete cloning? Yes or no? Is it complete cloning? No, it is a partial cloning. It is too stupid, not recommended. Not recommended because the problem is it is not complete cloning. If you perform change by using one object, automatically reflected the second object is nothing but where is the backup copy? Where is the duplicate? Backup copy won't be there. That's why it is not at all recommended. Then how you can able to do that? How we can able to do that, right? So for that we should go for deep cloning or we should go for deep copy. Deep copy, what will happen is complete different object by default will be created, right? How you can able to do that? Deep copy of X. This is the function we require. Instead of if we can take a deep copy. Now instead of copy, I'm calling what? Deep copy. Now can you please tell what is the output by default you are going to get? Can you please guess, right? What can you please guess what the output you are going to get now? Please tell. Deep copy, complete duplicate, complete 100% pakka duplicate. Everything is the difference. Yes, L1 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. L1 of 0 is nothing but yes, 111. Next and after that 222. Next and after that 888. Next and after that 999, comma, sir 50 is nothing but 777 like that. This is the content of L1. But L2 content is nothing but same old copy only. There is no difference at all. Are you getting? There is no difference at all. Same old copy only. Remember that. Are you getting right? Same old copy only. No. If you perform any changes to there, those changes also won't be reflected in the case of L2. Onkar, are you able to understand right? Yes, observe that. Deep copy means, yes, diagrammatic. Let me talk so that you people can feel more comfortable. Even, sir, fresh diagram, just observe that. Sir, I'm taking here, this is my L1. I'm creating L1, sir. Just observe that. How many elements are there? 4 elements are there. Yes, sir, this is 4 elements are there, sir. L1 is the reference variable, right? At the beginning, sir, 10, next and after that 20, 10, 20, next and after that 50, like this. Next, here it is pointing to another list object, another list object, like this. Pointing to another list object. What is the values are? Okay, here 30, 40. Okay, like this. Now I want cloning. How I'm calling cloning is L2 is equal to L1. L2 is equal to copy deep copy of deep copy of L1. Like this, right? So what will happen is, because of this one, what will happen is, sir, do you know complete duplicate object by default will be created, sir. Sir, complete duplicate object by default will be created. Do you know? By default will be created, sir. Okay, if you want a complete duplicate copy by default will be created, sir. L2 is the reference variable for that. Remember this one, including this nested object also. Here, complete duplicate object by default will be created. If you perform any changes to L1, those changes are never going to be reflected to L2. If you perform any changes to L2, those changes are never going to be reflected to the L1. Don't worry about that. Clear? Any doubt? Okay, so this one itself is nothing but Amit, we will discuss. This one itself is nothing but deep copyright. Okay, deep copy the very costly operation because everything we require to create a duplicate, but shallow copy is nothing but not that much costly operation. 1 minute, let me show this one. Let me show, is it shallow copy or deep copy? Is it shallow copy or deep copy? Deep copy. We are performing changes to L1 or L2? We are performing changes to L1 or L2? L1. Is these changes are going to be reflected to L2 or not? These changes will be reflected to L2 or not? No chance at all. Now observe that. Now observe that. What is the output by default? You are going to get 100% pakka, very clean output. Whatever changes you can perform to L1, no problem at all. They never going to be reflected in the L2 because L2 is complete different, complete independent object. Any doubt? Any doubt about shallow copy and deep copy? Okay. Yeah, we will. Are you able to understand, right? That's all. This is what you people should be aware. Deep copy and shallow copy. About what is the difference, right? Now, last point I have to discuss. I hope just the people who want any running notes, I hope you are maintaining. Any running notes, if you want, you are maintaining. This type of cloning is nothing but shallow copy. Shallow copy. This type of thing is nothing but what? Deep copy. Deep copy, right? Yes, Vijaya. Why deep cloning is the very costly? Because even internal objects also, complete duplicate objects are required to create or not? Vijaya, are you able to understand? Even, okay, complete duplicate object is required to create like this or not? Here, in this case, how many duplicate objects are required to create? Only one copy is enough. Only this copy is enough. This copy is enough. This copy we are not required to create. Okay, assume that for object creation it is taking some 10 seconds time. So in the case of shallow cloning, only 10 seconds is enough. But in the case of deep cloning, sir, this object is required to create, and this object also required to create. That's why obviously deep cloning is a bit costly operation than shallow cloning. Getting Vijaya? Very important concept for the interview room. What is the difference between deep cloning and shallow cloning? Give left and right by telling this diagrammatic way with this example, then definitely you can able to understand. Okay, now I have one small doubt. Okay, better to the people who want just this is shallow copy. Running notes, if you, I mean, just the rough notes, if you are going to take, this is the shallow copy, and this one is nothing but deep copy. Complete 100% independent, man. No dependency on the original object. No dependency on the original object. Is nothing but deep. Sir, up to certain level dependency is there in the case of nested elements. Then automatically shallow copy. Clear, right? Now, yeah. Now my term. If you feel comfortable up to this, then I will go for that. Okay, well, what is the next? I have one small doubt, sir. Yeah. I have one small doubt. My doubt is, we know this is from copy module I import. Hey, I don't want to use copy module. Python already L1.copy I'm calling. Observe this one. L1.copy. Do you know, right? List contain copy function or not? List contain copy function or not? Yeah. List contain copy function. I don't want this bloody copy module copy. List contain copy. Now my question is it shallow copy or deep copy? I too don't know. Literally, I too don't know. Is it shallow copy or deep copy? You require to tell. You require to tell based on the output. You can able to guess. No problem at all. So observe. Please observe a bit carefully. If it is a shallow copy, If it is a shallow copy, here 888 by default will be there. In the second copy also 888 will be there. If it is a deep copy, then the same output by default we are going to get. Now, observe a bit carefully. Is it deep copy or shallow copy? Is it deep or shallow? You have to tell. Based on this output, you can able to guess. Based on Arpita, can you please observe? Based on this output, you can able to guess. Is it shallow or deep? Arpita, I want to listen the answer from you. Is it shallow copy or deep copy? Don't get confused. Don't get confused. All the remaining people are telling correct answer. Second time also you are telling wrong answer. Don't get confused. Think a bit very carefully. Okay? So, if you perform any changes by using L1, if you perform any changes by using L1 to the what we call contained object, to the nested object, those changes are reflected to the second object. Sir, those changes reflected to the second object, then it is called shallow. If those changes won't reflect to the second object because complete independent, it is called deep cloning. Okay, so copy function is going to perform shallow cloning or deep cloning. Arpita? Okay, thank God. Here, this is called shallow. Okay, getting right? Sir, here this is not the output. Just this is not the output, sir. So, what output we got, sir? This is the output. By default, whatever function, copy function, available in list is X as shallow copy, but not for deep copy. So, in reality, which one is the recommended? In reality, which one is the recommended? Recommended deep copy or shallow copy? Oh, deep copy or shallow copy? In reality, which one we require to use? Strictly speaking, highly recommended. We should go for deep copy one. I should go for deep copy because the reason for that is 100% independent is there. But default highly recommended to use shallow or deep. That depends on. Okay, very simple. That depends on. Okay. Situation that depends on requirement. Sir, if my original object doesn't contain, if original object doesn't contain any nested objects, then we should go for shallow copy. Then we should go for shallow copy. Are you getting shallow cloning? Then we should go for shallow cloning. Sir, if the original object contains nested. If the original object contains any nested objects, then we should go for deep cloning. Are you getting right? We should go for deep cloning. Remember that. So that's all. This is the most valuable important question for the entire round. What is the difference between deep cloning and shallow cloning? Clear, right? Still, anyone having the doubt? List out the differences between deep copy and shallow copy. That's all. Beyond that, nothing. So by using where we can use the deep copy and shallow copy. That's all. Yes. Here have you observed, right? If you observe, if the original object doesn't contain any nested object, then we should go for shallow cloning. If the original object contain any nested objects, then we should go for deep cloning. Okay, sir, here. Then we should go for deep cloning. This is the shallow cloning. This is the deep cloning. Okay, but anyway, what is the use of cloning means? Maintain backup copy for the future purpose. So after creating cloned, if you perform any changes, my backup copy will be there. Tomorrow if something goes wrong, I should be in a position to recover the situation by using backup copy. Such type of backup copies if you want, then happily we can go for cloning concept. That cloning, there are two types of cloning is there. Deep cloning, shallow cloning. A deep copy, shallow copy. By default, copy function is shallow only, but not for deep. This is the small postmortem about deep and shallow cloning. So differences, all that differences and so on, nothing is there. This is the only point. In the case of shallow cloning, by using original reference, if you are performing any changes to the contained object means nested object. So automatically those changes will be reflected to the other object, other reference. Okay. But in the case of deep cloning, if you perform any changes to this, those changes won't be reflected to the cloned copy because complete different objects are there. Next, if the original object doesn't contain any nested objects, better to go for okay. If the original object doesn't contain any nested objects, better to go for shallow cloning, which is not that much costly. So if the original object contains any list objects, better to go for deep cloning, which is a bit costly. Clear? Any doubt? Okay, that's all. Actually, yes, most of the times we are talking with respect to the list only. Why the word? Why we are taking with respect to the list? Because the reason for that is because the reason for that is list we can mutable concept. But tuple is immutable. Tuple is the immutable. By using L1, you can't perform any changes here. Are you getting? By using L1, you can't perform any changes here. That's why general word we are always going to use list terminology. Nandakishore, yes. Cost is nothing but mostly with respect to the memory, with respect to the time. Because we have only two complexities are there, time and space. Correct, Arpita. If references are not there, I mean if nested objects are not there, nesting is not there, then whether it's the shallow copy or deep copy, both the things are always same. Correct, Arpita. Can you please observe? Sir, here I'm taking import copy like this. Sir, import copy like this I'm taking, sir. Import copy I'm taking. Now observe. Here deep copy I'm telling. Observe the outputs, right? Observe the outputs I'm taking. Here I don't want 30. Nesting is not there. If a nesting is not there, whether it is the shallow copy, whether it is the deep copy, there is no difference at all. If you want shallow copy, what is the output we are getting? Shallow copy, what is the output we are getting, sir? Observe the shallow copy, what is the output we are going to get? Here just there is a small changes because here have you observed? Yeah. Okay, here just observe that. What is the output by default we are going to get? Yes, it is shallow. Only changes are reflected to L1, those changes are not reflected to L2. Excellent. Now deep copy. Same output. There is no difference at all. Are you getting, Arpita? Whether okay. So deep or shallow, if the nesting is not there, both the things are always the same. Or otherwise, L1 dot copy function. Same output only. Have you observed? No difference at all. Okay, that's all. Is default copy for memory utilization or sharing? Yes. Amir, default copy for backup purposes. Why I'm taking copy? Copy means a backup purpose. Suppose I'm giving one small document. Array, can you please make some changes to this document? I want to give some small document. Can you please perform some changes to this document like this? I will ask. Most of the times what the people are going to do is file save as. Are getting? It is a very common habit. File save as. Now you will get a duplicate copy. In that you are going to perform required changes. If something goes wrong, you have original copies already there. By using that, you can recover the situation again. Correct? Amir, Are you able to get? What is the main purpose of default copy? Is nothing but just what is the main purpose of this copy, cloned copy? Is nothing but just for backup purposes. So in the future, okay, if I want to original values, then my backup copy is always going to provide that. That's all, friends. So this is about what is the cloning. Clear, I hope.